A man in a blood-streaked rabbit suit was standing on the roof of my car with an axe. The engine wouldn't start. The first impact dented the metal directly above my head. The second one moved slowly towards the back of the car. Heavy, deliberate. We were parked under an old railroad overpass outside of Clifton, Virginia. No headlights, no traffic, just concrete above us and trees packed tight along the narrow road. Wood shifted against metal, like I could hear someone adjusting their grip on the axe. Mark's hand hovered over the key. "Start it!" I yelled. He turned the key. The engine coughed, died. Whatever was standing above us stopped moving. The car went completely still. Then a slow scrape ran down the rear window. Metal on glass. I had read about this place before we came out. Fairfax County Police report from 1970. 2 separate attacks. A man in a rabbit costume. Wooden-handled hatchet. One couple said he smashed their car window and screamed, "If you don't get out of here, I'll cut you up." A security guard reported the same man throwing an axe at his windshield. They never caught him. Locals gave the overpass a name, Bunnyman Bridge. It was 12:03 a.m., and something was shifting its weight directly above us. "Start it! Try again!" I yelled. Mark turned the key again. This time the engine caught. The headlights snapped on and flooded the concrete in front of us. The roof went quiet, no footsteps, no thud of something jumping down. No sound of boots hitting gravel, nothing. For a split second, the lights washed over the embankment beside the bridge. I saw a white shape near the edge of the concrete, tall, still, something long hanging at its side. Then the beam shifted, and it wasn't there anymore. No running, no crashing through brush, no sound at all. We tore out from under that bridge, gravel spitting behind us. A mile down the road, I made Mark pull over. 3 fresh dents in the roof of my car, bare metal exposed where the paint had cracked. Just 3 impacts, spaced like footsteps. Bunnyman Bridge still stands outside of Clifton. The police reports still exist. I am now a true believer that the Bunnyman is real. She was standing in the middle of the highway behind his truck, perfectly still. Rain pouring sideways. No headlights, no car. Just a white dress in the middle of Highway 112 at mile marker 18. Ray didn't remember seeing her get there. One second the road was empty. The next second she was in his mirrors. That's when he hit his brakes. The trailer fishtailed, the cab shook, the windshield wipers smearing the rain into gray streaks. By the time he got it straightened out, his heart was hammering. He looked again. The road was empty. Ray told me this at 3 a.m. in a truck stop diner. He didn't look like a man trying to tell a story. He looked like a man replaying something in his head over and over again. Late October, raining so hard it turned the highway into a tunnel of water and headlights. He said he passed her. White dress, bare legs, standing on the shoulder with one hand slightly raised. Just standing out in the rain. He kept driving. The guilt hit him. He said he felt bad for passing her. He checked his mirror as he passed. She wasn't there anymore. Then suddenly, she was standing directly behind his trailer, perfectly still. That's when he lost control. He slammed on his brake, coming to a complete stop, but there was no one in the road in front or behind him. After that, he drove a couple of miles. He pulled into the next turnout just to breathe. As soon as he stopped, he heard it. 3 soft knocks on the passenger door. He leaned across and opened it without thinking. The same lady climbed in. Water dripping from her dress onto the floor mat. Her skin was pale in a way that didn't look human. Not sick, not cold, just wrong. "Where are you headed?" he asked. "Miller Road, the house with the blue door. It's an old county hospital." Ray knew the area. He knew that the old county hospital closed 1987, but he said he would take her anyway. No small talk, no movement, just rain and the sound of tires in the wet asphalt. They reached Miller Road, dead end, overgrown weeds by the old hospital, a blue door, no lights. He looked over at the passenger seat. There was no one there. She was gone. The seat was still wet, like she was just sitting there. 3 weeks later, he ran through that same stretch of road. He mentioned it over the CB radio. Another truck driver responded back after a pause. "Did she wear a white dress? Mile 18? Blue door?" "Yeah, she rode with me once too. Same mile marker, same address. Highway 112 is still open. If you drive that road at night and it's raining, mile marker 18, you just might see a lady dressed in white. I was sitting outside my car outside a strip mall at night. I was using their Wi-Fi. 2 kids stood under a streetlight across the lot, not playing, not talking, just facing my car. I looked down at my phone, then I looked back up. They were closer. I hadn't seen them move. I didn't hear anything. I jumped and I hit my head on the roof of my car. They were right outside my window. A boy and a girl, maybe 10, 13 years old, hoodies, pale. "Can you let us in?" the boy asked. "We need a ride home." Every instinct in my body said no. I cracked the window just an inch. "Where do you live?" The girl leaned into the light. Her eyes were completely black. No white, no iris, just solid, wet darkness. I froze. The boy tilted his head. He had the same eyes. "Please," the little girl said. "We can't come in unless you say it's okay." I rolled up the window and I hit the lock button 3 times. "You have to let us in," the boy said. Not angry, not begging, just like he was stating a rule. I threw the car in reverse and I left. In the rearview mirror, they were back under the original streetlight 100 yards away, exactly where they started, but it was only a second later. I later searched online, different state, different year, almost the same encounter. Always at night, always asking permission. And the few people who claimed they said yes, only their passenger survived. One account wrote, "My husband let them in. Not for long, 10 seconds was enough." She didn't follow up. The account deleted itself a couple hours later. Whatever they are, do not invite them in.